Welcome back to the Revive Then Thrive podcast, your safe haven for relational and emotional wellness and intergenerational healing. I'm Hallelujah Adams, licensed marriage and family therapist and certified EFT therapist. This is the final episode in our Holding On to Us series. Episode 12, Love That Grows Stronger, Creating Rituals of Connection. Throughout this series, we've explored how to hold on to one another through protest, through pain, through misattunement. We've looked at the patterns that pull us apart and how to find our way back to closeness. And today, we're talking about what it means to build a love that not only survives the storms, but grows stronger through them. We'll look at how small, consistent moments of emotional engagement build trust over time, and how rituals of connection can become anchors in the midst of everyday stress and conflict. So take a deep breath, let your shoulders drop. You've made it this far in the series, and you're doing powerful healing work. Let's talk about how to keep holding on and keep growing together. When we think of love that lasts, we often imagine grand gestures, anniversaries, vacations, celebrations, and those can be beautiful. But what builds deep trust in a relationship is often far quieter. It's the way you hug or kiss goodbye, the way you check in before bed, the water or coffee that's handed over without asking, the look across the room that says, "I'm with you." In EFT, we call these moments of emotional engagement. They're small, repeated signals that say, "I see you. I'm here. You matter." And when we intentionally shape these moments into rituals, something we do over and over again with care, they become emotional anchors, especially in seasons of stress, conflict, or transition. Rituals of connection can ground us in safety. They remind us we're still here, we're still us. So what exactly is a ritual of connection? It's a consistent, meaningful action that helps you feel emotionally close. And it doesn't have to be fancy. In fact, the simpler it is, the more likely it is to stick. Here are a few real-life examples for partners and loved ones. A couple who hugs for 20 seconds every day after work. No phones, no distractions, just presence. Loved ones who do a quick check-in. For partners, this might look like a check-in every Sunday evening. How are we doing? What do we need? Parents who take a walk together, even if it's just to the mailbox and back. A nightly ritual of turning toward each other and saying one thing you appreciated about the other that day. These are not just nice things to do, they're powerful emotional investments. Over time, they say, "I'm still choosing you, even in the busy, even in the stress." And here's why this matters. When our bond is secure, the nervous system feels safe. And when the nervous system feels safe, conflict is less threatening. You can repair faster. You can reach for each other more easily. Rituals of connection fortify the bond before the storm hits. They give you a solid ground to stand on when life shakes things up. So how do you begin creating your own rituals of connection? Let me walk you through a gentle 3-step process. Step 1. Notice what already feels meaningful. Are there small moments that already bring you a sense of closeness? Maybe it's morning coffee or texting during lunch breaks. Start where the connection already lives. Ask each other, what's one small thing we do that makes you feel close to me? Step 2, protect and repeat it. Turn that moment into a ritual by making it consistent and protected. That might mean putting it on the calendar or agreeing to pause other distractions for just 5 minutes a day. Remember, it's not about the length of the ritual, it's about the emotional presence within it. Step 3, make meaning out loud. Let your loved one know what the ritual means to you. That might sound like, when we do this, I feel like I matter to you. Or, this helps me feel like we're on the same team. Making meaning explicit helps each of you anchor into the why behind the ritual and makes it easier to keep returning to it even when life gets loud, shaken up, or stormy. So often, partners and loved ones ask, how do we stay close when everything feels busy? How do we build something that lasts? You build it in the small moments, the repeated reaches, the rituals that whisper again and again, I'm with you. You don't need to wait for a big trip, a quiet season, or a perfect moment. You can start today, right here, in the life you're already living. A ritual of connection is not about doing more. It's about being more intentional with the love that's already here. So as we close this series, I want to leave you with this. The strength of your love isn't measured by how rarely you struggle. It's measured by how often you turn toward each other again and again. Rituals are the gentle paths you create that help you find your way back to each other. So go build those paths and walk them often. If this episode spoke to you, be sure to download the free companion worksheet. It'll walk you through designing your own rituals of connection with your loved ones. You can find it on the Revive Then Thrive podcast shop page. And if you found this series, Holding On to Us, helpful, please leave a review or share it with someone who could use it too. Before we wrap up today, I want to let you know what's coming next. In our previous series, we discussed negative interactional patterns or dances and the pursuing and withdrawing roles within those dances. In our upcoming series, Attachment in Action, How Our Styles Shape Our Struggles, we're diving into how the ways we learn to love and be loved show up in our conflict patterns today. Whether you tend to pursue, withdraw, defend, criticize, or freeze, these moves aren't random. They are deeply tied to our attachment strategies, shaped by what we've lived through and what we long for. And the good news is, we can change the dance. We'll explore how anxious, avoidant, and disorganized attachment show up in our relationships, and not as labels, but as strategies that make sense when we feel vulnerable. So if you've ever wondered, why do I react this way when I feel disconnected?